Hi, I'm Dominique Elise. Welcome to another hot episode of the Next Come Up Show. Today we have a producer, director, writer. This man does it all. Thank you for coming to our show. We have Mr. Ron Elliot.
Hey, how are you? Thanks
I'm
for having
good.
me.
Oh, we're so happy to have you here. How's everything?
Awesome, great.
You ready?
As best as I can.
So you have been a pioneer in the entertainment industry for almost over 20 years now. How did it all started?
Well, it started for me as a child when I was 11. That's when I got my first little taste of it. I did a school play, after school play, where I wrote, direct, and did the props, and I was pretty good at it. And my teacher identified me as a student with some talent, and they wanted to put me in a special school. And my mother said no, because my mother's a Caribbean woman from Jamaica, so they didn't know anything about like entertainment. So it was just, you're going to school to be an engineer, and that was it. And then, so I forgot about it until years went by as I got an adult, and then I stumbled back into it and been doing it since.
Oh, wow. So I was reading in your bio that, how did you transition from working as an intern at Def Jam and now you switch it up to become a filmmaker?
Yeah, so when I was in the military, and I got out the military, I got a regular job as a salesman. And so as I was working, there was a guy, he was doing some freelance work as a producer. So I was like, and he said he had a song on the radio, and I was like, no way this guy got a song on the radio. So I'm very competitive. So so I was like, this guy could do, I need to revisit, my dream. So I decided I wanted to do music. At the time I wanted to do music. And I started to dabble in that, and then I got me a job, an internship at Def Jam. I just said I wanted to go work for Def Jam. So I'm just very blessed. I went up there and they hired me. So, but when I was there, I realized that this is not really for me. It was a good experience. I was able to meet a lot of people and network, and but then Hype Williams' office was right next door to theirs, up the block. So I walked over, made friends with them over there, and then I got an internship over there. And then that's when I knew that this was like this is where I need to be. And it wasn't until I did my first music video that I said, yeah, this is what I want to do.
Oh, wow, that's interesting. And then also, you work with Hype William, Russell Simmons, and Spike Lee. How was that experience, and what did you learn from them?
Well, I learned that those guys work. So there's difference between working and working, and those guys, I work with Puffy. I work with just about a lot of folks in the entertainment industry, and the guys that are on top because they have some really good drive and hustle and work ethics, and that's really what separates a lot of people. There's no excuses. You know what I mean? They don't have excuses. They just have results, and I try to keep the same mantra myself.
Are you still in contact with these people sometimes?
Yeah, I mean, through business, I don't, I'm not friends, hey, what's up, let's have a beer, but, I still have some relationships with a lot of people.
Oh, that's great. And then was there a particular event or time that you decided, you know what, this is not just a hobby, this has to be my life, I want to make a living of this? Did it happen like that?
That's every day. No, but I guess when I guess I made that decision. It was a hard decision to make because, working, when you have a regular job, every week you're going to get a paycheck, you have vacation, and you have responsibilities to take care of. And then to just jump out and say, I'm going to rely on myself to take care of my bills and my responsibility the boogeyman is always standing at that door, but you have to have a bigger why to do it. And so it took me some time and some encouragement to realize that I do have the talent and to do it. And and I've been doing it for a long time. I've been working on I haven't worked a regular job for a long time.
Oh wow! But did you get support from your family or close friends?
Yeah, I mean, I've been very successful being able to, you have to have because I'm able to do multiple jobs. I'm able to do. I was a union editor, so able to work on major television shows and commercials as an editor. That paid me very well. A director, I direct feature films and commercials and TV shows, and a cinematographer. So between those jobs, I was able to, keep my lights on, and then also had like a rental business where I was renting my equipment.
That's great.
So I have now now launching another different business outside of, so I have an entrepreneur spirit to me. So you have to have that spirit if you want to like make a living in this business, because it's job to job. So you can work on a job for a week, and then what you're gonna do after that, and then you have to wait to get paid.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
And that's another job.
But did you went to school for editing and producing or filmmaking, or you went to YouTube University?
Well, I'm self-taught. And I kind of like before YouTube actually. So actually YouTube just started, so I was already doing this, and then on the internet I learned a lot on the internet. But by the time YouTube came out, I was already doing this. Yeah, but YouTube is a really great resource. I mean, if I was starting out now, I would definitely, that is definitely a place to learn. YouTube, Udemy, and there's a few places out there, and there are more resources, because the way I learned was I was self-taught, so I had to go to different seminars, call people up and network and just keep asking questions, and internships, and people get tired of me calling them, hey, how you do this? And then, the tables turn, and now they call me.
Wow, that's good. You have a lot of experience. That's great. But based on your experience, is it harder to start or keep going?
Keep going. Yeah, to stay motivated, to stay persistent, to be able to overcome setbacks and adversity, to have the tenacity to just keep moving forward, and to remember why you do it. It takes, because you'll have more setbacks than you have success.
How do you overcome the obstacles?
You have to remember why you're doing it and what the end is.
Yeah.
So as a director, I always remember that I got to finish this, because this is the story, and this is how I want it to look, and so you got to stay focused on it, and try your best to get it the way you saw it in your head.
Oh, that's great. And what was your first amateur movie?
Well, besides the play I did when I was 11, my first one I did with a video camera was in my apartment. I remember that. It was called When the Vase Fell. That's what it was called. It's like a drama, melodrama kind of a film, short film. And I used my family members as actors, which was not good.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Yeah, it wasn't good at all, but it was cool. It was a first start, and I was able to finish it and do it.
That was a long time ago?
Yeah, it was a long time ago. I mean, I've done quite a bit of short films, and I've learned some valuable lessons. One thing I have to say to everybody is, people always think it's the camera, it's the camera, it's the camera. It is not the camera.
What is it?
It is the sound.
Oh, yeah.
If you don't have good sound, you don't have anything. You could get around bad video, out of focus, if it's shot wrong. But if the audio is bad, nobody's stopping to listen to say, what does he say? They're gone in 2 seconds. So you gotta have good audio, and that has been a lesson I've been bumping my head on for some years. I finally learned it, years ago, but I've wasted quite a bit of short films
Oh, really?
behind Bad Sound. Yeah, oh yeah.
But do you have like a mentor that was following and say, hey, this is not good, this is good?
No, I didn't have a mentor when I started. I had people that I could call for advice and run past it, but I didn't know anybody that was doing this.
Oh, wow. So you everything that you did, you teach it to yourself, like you just go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
Books and then.
Yeah, I read a lot of books.
Yeah.
I'm always reading books. You always have to read.
Yeah.
You know, magazines. I've subscribed to a bunch of magazines, blogs. So I stay abreast of what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And my main focus is not really the technical side. I spent a lot of time concentrating on the technical side. It was the cameras and the lights.
Yeah.
And as a director and a cinematographer, I mean, those things are very important, but the most important thing is the story. So I've been concentrating most of my time now on just reading books, reading Shakespeare, reading like Aristotle, like some older stuff that people probably would not read, because story's been around since man's been walking.
Yeah.
And so there's no new story here. So it's just a matter of just combining different stories and showing it from your perspective.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Everybody always say, "Oh, I got this great idea." Every story you ever think of is probably in the Bible already.
Oh.
It's all there. So it's just a matter of your perspective and how you tell the story. How many times Romeo and Juliet's been told?
It's true. Yeah, you're right. And then you did a movie. Your first feature one was the first. The name of the movie before the Fiend was
The Lost Book of Rap.
The Lost Book of Rap. I saw the visual of it. It was amazing, and I want to go ahead and introduce it to the audience. So, and then I would.
The Lost.
Brooklyn, 1988. The golden age of rap.
I'm gonna be funky, fly, and fresh once I make my demo. I'm gonna make you proud, though. Promise.
Today's mathematics, God.
Yo, today's mathematics.
Today's mathematics is knowledge cipher.
Y'all better make sure you back in this house before mommy gets home. No! I want it back. If you win, you get this back.
We need to get that chain from mommy get home.
Well, I'm coming home. So y'all wait for me for dinner so that we can sit down and eat as a family before we go to church.
Take a journey with Charisma, Rick, and Corey as they search for the lost book of rap.
I got an idea. We gotta make you into a superhero. All the great rappers have stories.
Follow them on an expedition through the canyon of hip-hop.
Yo, that book though, y'all think you really got that?
What? This? Lost Book of Rap? Foolishness!
So imagine you could read that?
If I could read it, I could be the best. Be Mocha, get on TV, get a record deal, and make my dad proud.
I've been waiting and debating for oh so long.
Follow them on an expedition through the canyon of hip-hop with help from some of hip-hop's heroes, Styles P, Tretch, Do It All, King All Kid, Marley Marl, Grandmaster D, Roxanne Shante, Scoob Love, and Grandmaster Melly Mel.
No man talking about mama.
Show me where the book is, I swear I'ma bust your head open.
The music will define her. Courage will show her. Love will form her.
Yo, where they going, yo?
Yo, Shawnee, you better take a look.
Why? They going for the book?
Yo, nobody gonna believe us.
The first hip-hop epic, a story of family, music, and the culture of hip-hop.
Yo, what took you so long?
Why did I take the stairs?
I had to use the bathroom.
A child is born with no state of mind, blind to the ways of mankind. God is smiling on you, but he's frowning too, because only God.
Wow, love it. What was the motivation behind it?
I wrote that script when I was actually when I was an internship at at Def Jam, I think I wrote that I was an intern, and it took a little bit of years to kind of revise it and write it. But, you know, I wanted to write something in that era, you know, during the 88s. And it actually, the first draft of it was a little bit more grittier and a little bit more dark. But I decided to lighten it up, make it into a family movie. And then, you know, I sat it down for a minute, and it wasn't until some years later I bumped into the main character in the film, Chase, and I was like, okay, this is the main character. She's going to be the one, and I want to shoot it. Now ready to shoot it. And then, you know, it just turned into magic. Like, everyone came on board, and they just
you have great
script.
Characters in there.
Everyone just jumped on board. It was just, I'm actually making this into a musical now.
Yes, we're going to get into this later. I want to ask you questions about that. But the movie, like, just the visual, I'm like, wow. Like, when I heard you was going to do the other part of it, I was like, okay, this is going to be incredible. It's going to be in the city? Okay, we'll talk about it. I'm so hyped. So you have another movie that won Best Feature Film at the New York Film Festival, which is Dope Fiend. I want to go ahead and present the clips so the audience could see a little bit about it. And yes.
I'm gonna take over all 3 projects, and I won't have to use any force either.
I just need you to hurry it up and start to get them out one by one.
Grandma getting evicted because you got arrested.
Man, you need to keep your ear to the street.
You want all 3 projects?
I can help you with that one.
You have a right to protect myself. You lick off of me now.
There's a war going on out here. You don't want to get caught up on the wrong side.
Dope dealer, capital letters.
I'm listening, man. You're a king, not a thief.
Perfect. How did you cast? There's so much great actors in this. How did you cast? Like, did you have a casting director, or you choose, no, I want this person, or just you work with everybody?
It was a combination of everything. I had a casting director. The producers that were on board were awesome. And just my relationship with people and just word of mouth. So it was a process. I mean, we spent a good chunk of time looking for the right actors to play. Everyone had to read. There's a lot of people who auditioned, know, that wanted some of those parts, and I didn't pick them because I was looking for specific characters. I was looking for a specific energy, and you know, and so it was. I didn't settle for any of the actors, and as a result, it paid off because it won. And then not only that it won Best Feature, the reaction from the crowd at the theater was amazing.
Yeah.
It was 2 theaters we filled up, and we had to turn away 200 people to watch the film. And so it was the outcry and the response afterwards was, to me, that was a bigger award than the award, and it was great.
A lot of support. And how was the dynamic on set? Because you work with so many great actors on the show, on the film. So how was it on set?
Oh, it was awesome. I mean, I always do rehearsals.
Okay.
So I always do rehearsals with people, so we kind of know. And because I shot it and directed, I like to kind of like block my shots out. So when I get on set, everybody knows what we're doing, so there's no conversation. So I kind of know exactly the performances I want, and so. The actors were really great. I mean, they all came in professional, and we were ready to really push the envelope, and it shows.
All shot in Brooklyn?
Brooklyn and Queens. I mean, the most part of because we couldn't shoot in Marcy Project, there was 1 or 2 shots we did shoot in Marcy, but we had to shoot in Queens at Woodside Houses.
Oh, that's good. Wow. And a lot of times people compare film to another, urban film to another. What makes Dope Fiend different? What makes it authentic and fresh compared to other film?
Well, that's a good question, because to me, Dope Fiend, I wrote it with the intent of grabbing the audience of the folks who like those street films.
Okay.
So my intent was to grab their attention, but also I was feeding in some really conscious subject matters that need to be discussed, and I'm hoping will be discussed and really like hit home to certain people. and the main thing of the film is about gentrification, but there's also parts of the film where we talk about the Dominican light-skinned, dark-skinned thing that was going on, and the whole thing in Haiti. We talked about revenge killing in Jamaica, and we talked about people being evicted from their homes. So there was a lot of social issues that I tackled, and it wasn't in a preachy way. It was in a very subtle, if you listen, if you watch the movie, you'll see the different layers of things, that I try to reach to the audience.
Oh wow, that's a very good. I heard nothing but great things about the Fiend, so I'm excited. I have to watch it, to be honest. I wasn't there at New York Festival, but I will definitely check it out.
Please do.
And you told me that you have a second part for the Lost Spoke of Rap. So what is it? Is it going to be a theater? What is it?
Yes, we're making it into a musical. It's going to go theater. And the hopes is we're going to knock on the door next to Hamilton. So we're hoping it's going to be, it's going to be very dynamic, lots of dancing and singing, and, it's going to be hip hop. And so I'm looking forward to doing that. Something different, never done that before, and I think it's going to be awesome.
If somebody wants to audition, how can they reach out to you?
Well, you can follow me on social media. We haven't started the casting process yet. I'm reaching out to a few people now, so hopefully we'll be casting within the next month or so.
Oh, really? And if someone wants to get involved, like not as an actor or an actress, but they just want to work and learn, can they reach out to you and say, hey, I want to do internship on set? Or
Absolutely. I'm always looking for, some people to come and work and, and learn. I believe in, teaching other folks and giving off. So I'm always open to teaching folks.
Any advice to some people that want to get involved into your footstep?
I would say the first thing to do, pick a lane that you want to do, whether it's directing, writing, or cinematography. So there's so many jobs in this film business. I would find the one that you like the most, and then concentrate on that, and then network and get yourself out there.
Thank you so much. I wish we had more time to ask you so much questions. I think you're going to have to come back.
Absolutely.
Okay. Hi, I'm Dominique Elise, and you're watching the Next Come Up Show. Until next time. Maybe 45 minutes.